Hey YouTube, Mini Macho here, and welcome back to the Coliseum. This will be our third and last section of this Coliseum with 8 games left. Right now we're at 10 wins and 6 losses, so I'm gonna try to have a better score, maybe 6 wins, 2 losses with this deck. And this is the last deck I wanted to play because Un and Tyrese are 2 Noel cards that I ranked S, so I wanted to play them together. And that just means combining Hive with Oblivion, and that's where Dark Dakota comes in. Usually not the best card, but maybe in this kind of format it could work with low expected damage output. Of course we have Furman, Ashara, which are the typical 3 stars you'd see in Oblivion. And I think the big punchers are in Hive actually, with Core, Lumia, and X3. These will be the blunt of our damage, and hopefully we can draw good and win some 50-50s, but let's just head into the games and see what's up. Okay, so for the first game versus Puyo Duyo. He was playing yesterday, so I'm surprised they didn't finish their games yet, their Coliseum. Maybe they're doing YouTube as well. But playing Mono Piranhas with Iron Jaw, Bonnie, Rush, and Smokey. Oh, I lined up with the wrong deck, actually. I forgot to press select as deck, so let me just do that real quick. And we'll have the new deck in the next game. But for now, I guess we're still doing Pussycat's Dominion, which I'm not sure has a decent matchup into this. I mean, I see the Confidence plus 2 pills, the kill shot minus life. This is... Iron Jaw is probably the one I'm worried about the most. I feel like I should be playing Dark Fridlia here. However, this guy... I'm not sure how they played last time, whether they played high or low, but I'm pretty sure here I have to play Dark Fridlia, but then Bonnie's so good, Iron Jaw, Rush are also good, and I can't do much against them. So let's simply play Dark Fridlia, use half our pills. They will have the huge pill advantage, but yeah, very tough game for us. Okay, they do end up going 0. So that's 6 damage. 6 damage is not nothing. So the way I see it, Iron Jaw probably does 7 damage. And Rush does 4. That's 11. 6, 8, 9. I could technically go for an 11 here with Peeps. If the... I'm gonna say it like that. If the kill shot goes through, then it's a Fury. But I could also go for something like this and keep pills to force Iron Jaw to pill. Let's say I do this. I have 8 damage. They have... 5 plus 2 without Fury, so they have 7 without a Fury. And I have 8. So they would need either 1 Fury or a kill shot, right? Huh. And that's if they play Bonnie this turn, which is what I am expecting. Definitely I am expecting them to play Bonnie. I could also just play Clover here. And be like, okay, no matter what you play, you're gonna get 2 life, and then play a 50-50 with the Peeps. But let's say I play Clover, they play Bonnie 0, for example. They go up to 13 pills. And they need 7 pills versus my Peeps twice, which is possible because of the Confidence plus 2 pills. So if I play Clover, they could actually win with a very low Bonnie. I could expect them to go for that, actually, and then maybe play a... something like this? This is bad, but it might work. But it's bad. It's the only way I see myself potentially winning. It's like them playing a very low Bonnie and expecting to have the double round win in the later rounds. But even if they want to do that, technically if they want to cover Clover and Noel, they would go Bonnie 1, Bonnie 2 even. Because Bonnie 2 puts them on 11 pills. They use 7 on Rush. Go down to 4. Plus 2, that's 6. No, okay, so into Clover Noel, Bonnie 1 is the direct win. If it's Clover Noel 0. But I'm pretty sure even with a Fury here, I don't win, right? Like, if I counted the damage properly. That was just a bad play here, but... Let's say I did go through with 6 damage. Then they would have 7 and 4... 9, 13 damage? Yeah, I would have still lost. Okay, so I guess I should have just played Clover and Noel 0, but Bonnie 5 made no sense. But that's one of those games where I ended up misplaying as well. Right now, I think 3 of these games, I just misplay 4 of these games? No, I think I misplayed 3 games that I remember, and 3 we just got unlucky. But this one was definitely a misplay. So 10-7, and let's head into the next game. Okay, next game versus DXM Theologos. This time playing with the correct deck. They're also playing Oblivion with Firmin, Perbarali, Sidar, and Darkscar. So we don't see their Tyrese Noel. But their cards are pretty good into my X3 and Lumia, actually. Now remember that their cards can also steal my Dark Dakota, so that could be something risky. But on the other hand, Darkscar is very weak. For example, Darkscar goes up to 7 power versus our Oblivion, but our Oblivion go up to 12 power, so that's definitely an advantage we have. Potentially means we're going to be playing Dark Dakota next turn and starting off with a Lumia this turn. Opponent looking to play Sidar and does open up with his Sidar. Now, I'm not expecting this to be that high, to be honest. So that's plus 12. I'm just going to go Lumia 1, actually. Again, I want to keep these 2 for Darkscar, so that is the best way to do it. And 1 pill wasn't enough. They go up to 24. But still a decent result, I think. Because here we can play Dark Dakota, for example. We get this heal, we get the kill shot. Most likely they play a very low Barali. 77 and I have 12, so I would need... how much is that? I'll need 6 spills on Firmin, but at the same time, I don't want to give them X3 for free. So I'm just going to play something like this. If they get the regen, I'm pretty sure that's also fine by me. If they get the life plus the regen, that's a gap of 8, 9, 10, 11. No, they don't get the first kill shot, actually. Neither the second. So yeah, it's just not enough. Perbarelli 0 looks like to be the play. So we're gonna get the regen this turn, and then I think we get the heal next turn. But we definitely get +1 life this turn. I mean, it's kind of relevant because our life is already low, so heal or regen is basically the same thing. Now they're looking to play Firmin, which is actually pretty good for us. So we're up by 1 life. But this does a lot. I don't think I can give them a kill shot on the Firmin, for example. I could give them 4 life. That would be fine, but I cannot give them the kill shot. So we're gonna go somewhere here. They have, what, 88? So this would cover a kill shot. And next turn into Darkscar, what would we have? We'd have 40, so they would need 80, but they can only reach 77. Especially we have way more than 40 because we have 12 power into Darkscar. So this should actually be pretty good. Okay, and we actually get an even better result. So we do this, and yeah, then we do this. Had they beat us with 2 more pills, they would have 4 pills for Scar. 7 times 5, that's 35. And with our 12 power, would we reach 70? No, so actually there was a chance for them. They simply had to PP us, but it's not gonna get to that, thankfully. Okay, next game. These are fast games, by the way. Into Prosto Merdvi, playing Mono Pussycats with Timber. I like the idea that it's like super defensive, but has the Timber for the damage. It's fun. It's a fun idea. Here I could play Tyrese Noel into very likely Militia. The only issue is going to be Khea, because I think they could win with Khea, and then we still need 3 rounds to win. Yeah, that is a tough one. So I might have to need to win 3 rounds, actually. And that's Tyrese Noel is very good at winning rounds. So actually, I think starting off with Un might be the best play. And have these 3 cards to win the next 3 rounds is better for us. So I start with Un. They play a Militia or a Clover is the expected play. They could also go Timber 1, into which I could go Un 1. And 12 plus 9 or is 21, so we could cover better Noel and Militia. So let's go for it. Just to be able to cover Timber 1, basically. But they do play Militia 0. So by playing Militia 0, they are up by 2 life. And we are down by 1 pill. So not the end of the world, but not the best position either. Into Clover, very likely I am to play Lumia. We do 4 damage, so now we are up by 2 life. Except Tyrese does 2 damage and Khea does 5. So I might need to Fury Lumia in this position with something like this. If they play 0 Clover Noel, it is not the best outcome. Wow, that's huge. That is a huge, but that is not necessarily good for them. Had I played 0 Lumia, we would have simply won. So now let's see. I have 2 damage into Timber, 3 damage into this, but I need a Fury because of the +2 life. So we end up losing against a very, very... I would not say this was a good play, to be honest. Again, had I played Lumia 0, I would have, what, 11 pills? And 11 versus 5 would be... not an easy win. I would need a Fury, let's say. 5 pills on Core. Plus 3, that's 8. And 3 pills on Tyrese beats either of these two, correct? 28 versus 30? No, would have been a 50-50. Okay, so I kind of understand better the Clover Noel play here. I kind of see it, but yeah, of course, had I played something different, we could have won. So my only option here is hope they make a misplay. But here they're always playing Timber. I mean, I gotta hope for a misplay, basically, is what it boils down to. So let's try that. And I think I forgot to update the previous game, which we won. So 11-7 right now. No, they play a simple Timber 0. Okay, fair enough. We lost that game. Could we have won it? It was a bit difficult because they only needed 1 round to win it, and Khea with the protection, power, and damage. Like, very interesting deck. But I definitely think their turn 2 was suboptimal. I mean, it ends up working out, but yeah. Not sure about that turn 2. Let's go to the next game. Okay, now next game is against Puyo again. Still playing the Mono Piranhas. This time we draw 2-2 hands, still fairly balanced, with Furman, Ashara, Dark Dakota, and Lumia. Okay, they decide to play Tortuga, with defeat recover 2 out of 3 pills. We have a bunch of killshot cards, they have a Karkarin. 5 damage is a lot. But 4 damage is also a lot looking at their other cards, for example. So I could start with a Furman. I'm gonna be greedy, go for 48. Might be too greedy, let's see. No, okay, it was perfect. Okay, that is a good round 1. They do get 4 pills back, but we should still be okay. Especially starting with Dakota. I play Dakota, they play Hawkins Noel. They get a couple pills back. What happens if I go Dakota 0? I mean, here's the thing. First game we played, they did not play good. So I don't expect them to see a direct win on turn 2 here. If I open with Dark Dakota. So let's open with Dark Dakota then. And see what their reaction will be. The first game we played, they didn't see the direct win with Bonnie. Like Bonnie 1. So let's see if they see it now. I think Hawkins 1 would do it. Hawkins 1, they go back up to 13 pills. Sorry, they go back up to 12 pills. Then Rush needs to beat Ashara. And even that is not necessary. Rush needs to beat either Fury, Ashara, or full Lumia. Fury Ashara would be 45, so Rush would need 5 pills. 5 pills on Rush means that they would go back up to, so 12 minus 5, 7 plus 2 is 9. And yeah, then Karkarin easily beats our Lumia. Or they also have to cover full Lumia. And covering full Lumia is done with... so Lumia, that's 48, also Rush 5. But if they cover our Lumia with Rush 5, they're on 7 pills, and then Ashara beats Karkarin. Okay, so there is no direct win. There is no direct win, but maybe they will overpill like they did last time. Let's see. Hawkins Noel, sure. Is it an overpill? Are they gonna go super low this time? They're gonna go Hawkins too. Fair enough. Wait, no, I think this is still a direct win for them with Rush 5. Yeah, Rush 5 is still a direct win. So they saw the direct win here, but not the previous game. Interesting. Because Karkarin reduces Ashara to 1 damage, so we end up losing. They might honestly play Rush 8 to cover Ashara, but realistically they only need to cover Ashara Fury with Rush 5, so I'm always expecting Rush 5 here. It is a safe draw/win for them. So yeah, let's simply go for Ashara full. 1, 2, yeah, Rush 5 just is a draw for them. They go to 6 pills, so even doing this is kind of useless. So let's simply go for the full. Hope they're not covering? If they're covering, then I don't know what to say at this point. Okay. They go Rush 6. For some reason. But fair enough, Rush 6 also works because Karkarin still covers Lumia, but then I could have played Ashara Fury into Karkarin had I played Lumia 0 into Rush. So actually, no, that was a mistake. Rush 6 was a mistake, because if I ult Lumia, then of course I can Ashara Fury. But this is actually our first draw of this Coliseum. So let's go to the next game. With how many games left? 17... 1 game left? No, 4 games left. Sure, let's go. Okay, let's just try to win these. Our final score isn't really gonna matter at this point, so... let's try to play our best in these next games. Versus Creech, playing Mono Komboka. Aditya Lule Pantherine with the copy opponent ability, and Rhythm. So one thing to note is Tyrese or anything, all of my Oblivion into Pantherine aren't gonna steal anything. Well, first of all, because it's Unison, but even if I had a Mono Oblivion hand, I still wouldn't steal anything. But regardless, I think Dark Dakota is a decent opening here. I could see them opening with Lule, but then I still have decent damage to follow up, so I am gonna go with Dark Dakota. Do I care if I lose the round? I need to keep pills to be able to play Tyrese next round is the issue. But Tyrese Noel is only gonna be an 8-2. They should play Lule here versus Dark Dakota, but I don't think they will, honestly. So I'm just gonna go with Dark Dakota 1. Ignoring the fact that they might play Lule and play into Aditya, for example. They're playing Lule, come on, man. My analysis is off, holy. That's a big Lule. I mean, I guess they wanted to force Tyrese into Pantherine and Aditya and avoid Lule into Fermin and X3. Fair enough. But then I would have expected them to play Lule higher than that. Because, what was that, 36? They have plus 12, minus 15, so minus 3. 33. And yeah, Dark Dakota 40 would have been nice into that, but we don't get that luxury. Here, what do? I mean, just play Fermin, I suppose. Maybe something like that. I don't expect to get the kill shot, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a loss, by the way, but yeah, let's see. We do get a kill shot. That is going to help us a lot. Pantherine Unison copy. No, I'm dead. If I play Tyrese Noel first, they play Rhythm, and then Pantherine beats our X3. Yeah, just not focused today, making many mistakes. What if I play X3 first? Then Rhythm can just kill my Tyrese. They could also just Fury Pantherine, but although that would be risky. mean, I think that's the only way out for me, though. Have them full Fury Panthering and have Tyrese beat Rhythm with 1 pill into, like, 0. But if they are going full Fury Panthering, I could also play 0. You know what? Let's just do that. And see where this takes us. I don't think it's a good play, but there's just so many ways depending on how my opponent sees the game. I could have left 1 pill and beaten Rhythm, but yeah. Yeah, wrong decision, you know? Leaving 1 pill just to beat Rhythm would have been fine. Playing 0x3 also would have been fine. We would do 7 damage. No, 7 damage isn't enough. So I need to beat Pantherine, but yeah. Yeah, unfortunate game here. Again, I could have left 1 pill on x3, but couldn't really predict what my opponent was gonna do, so I'll jot this loss down to unlucky. And we'll head into the next game. How many games left? 3 games left, so let's see if we can win the last 2. Okay, so next game we have Hive with Tyrese Noel. Tyrese Noel, bad versus Omicron, bad versus Demon Inc, bad versus Yomi. Bad versus Wana. Why am I playing this deck? Why am I playing this deck? I'm just gonna go Un 0 and see if we can do something. I'm just not focused right now. Okay, so... Ooh, they play Vona 0. That's very nice for us. Didn't really expect that, but we'll take it. And let's see what they're gonna play for the next turn. Looking at Yomi. Yeah, not sure about Vona 0 here, but I mean, we did do only 1 damage. Now they have Yomi. I just play Tyrese into it, right? Yeah, that is the only play possible, so I get another damage. Then they have 7, I have 8. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be very rough. But I have to take Tyrese here. I'll have 8. I mean, do I ever expect them to go 7? Honestly, yes. After what I've seen today, so I do expect potentially 7 Yomi. No, they just go 1 Yomi. I'm just seeing ghosts at this point then. Okay. Now, what? We have Lumia. They can't play Omicron into Lumia. I mean, they could, and they would still get a Fury next turn, is the thing. Like, let's say I play Lumia now, I'm up by 8, they can Fury Demon Ink later. But they could also play Demon Ink now and keep enough to beat X3, which would be 7 pills, so that would be Miss Demo 5. And Demon Ink 5 would actually be a direct win for them. No, Demon Ink 5, I could go Lumia full into it, and I would beat it. I really don't know at this point how I'm supposed to play these. But into Lumia, what if they just play Omicron 0, then Lumia Fury could work? Yeah, it's tough here. I could play X3 first and threaten the Fury this way. But I feel like the Fury this way is more threatening. But they could just play Miss Demon Ink 5 here. I don't know how to play this. This is also going to come down to, like, how my opponent thinks. And I don't know Villa 0 to know how they think. I mean, they're playing Omicron, so I hope we should be fine. They can't really be pulling much on Omicron, because if Omicron beats X3, usually Lumia beats Demon Ink. They're going to play Miss Demon Ink. Just getting unlucky here. It's crazy. Yeah, they're just going to play Miss Demon Ink. So I could have played X3 full. But there was no way for me to know whether they were going to play Miss Demon Ink full or Omicron 0. Another unlucky game. What can I say? Again, if I go full, they can't recover. Yeah, that's second game today where it just happened like that. Like, does my opponent Fury? Did they cover? But we end up choosing the wrong solution, which is very unfortunate. That's Coliseum for you. A lot of luck involved as well. I know there's 4 games where I misplayed, 5 games out of these 10 losses where I definitely misplayed, but the rest and the draw were just very unfortunate and unlucky splits or 50-50s. But let's head into the next game with 2 games to go, again into Creech. Playing Betul, Lule, Rhythm, and Rhythm Noel. So still on the Mono Komboka, playing the 2 Rhythms together. And we have X3 Lumia, Ashara, and Tyrese Noel. So today we lost one with the old deck, and with the rest we're like 1 draw and 1 win. And something like 3 losses. I really thought this would have been the best out of the decks we had, but I guess not. Rhythm, I really cannot expect Rhythm to be high, right? Just doesn't make sense to me for Rhythm to be high. I could see it be like 28 at most, so let's go with 24 maybe? Yeah, I don't see more than 28 here. Maybe I should have played Lumia then instead of X3. No, it's just 21. Okay, we get 6 damage then. But now what? I could play Tyrese. They would get 1 damage extra on Rhythm, potentially, or from Betul. But then we have 6 damage. So 6 versus 6, but then we have 6 into Lule, which is better for us. They will get plus 10 power, but if I do something like this, I think I'm in a decent spot. So let's go for that. They are gonna play Betul. Betul 0, it seems like. So our hopes are up right now. 32 into 15. Now they need 2 round wins. And let's see. Can we win from here? Ashara into Lule. They have -6, -12. We have -6, so the gap is of 6. So they have 72 with Lule. 66 plus 6, 72. And we can do 72 with Ashara. So it is a direct win. Okay. Finally, a second win on the board with this deck. Let's try to get a 3rd win in the last game of the Coliseum. And as recommended for everyone, usually you shouldn't be playing your last Coliseum game because tiebreakers are based on draws. But yeah, let me look at the rankings real quick and I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm back. So we are actually nowhere near the top 25. Let me double check here. Currently our rank is 58, so we could be competing for top 50, which would give us like 2 rares, 4 uncommons, 8 commons, a Prisma, like some prismatic cards, whereas 50th to 100 doesn't give us anything, but I can't be bothered waiting for the last game, so I'm just going to play it now. Currently rank 58. Hopefully we get 1 more win and can climb up better in the ranks. Actually, yeah, on the Coliseum page, for some reason, you can't see past the top 25, so I don't know what my exact position will be if we do win, but let's try our best for this last game. Okay, last game of the Coliseum versus 404 Billy. Playing Mono Piranhas. I noticed many people are playing Mono for some reason. Maybe Phil was onto something by playing the Brawl Pussycats. But Mono Piranhas, we also have a balanced hand. But again, Tyrese isn't doing much here. Into Death. Death still has -8 damage. We don't reduce Ursula's damage at all. Maledictan also completely destroys us. Yeah, maybe I was just wrong about Tyrese. Tyrese is only good into Karkarin. And even then, it only does 1 damage. So let's try to win with Ashara and Lumia. Starting off then with a core. Playing Ashara next turn and try to close out with Lumia. I think that is our best bet. And I gotta hope they pill something. If they pill Karkarin, it's gonna be an interesting game how we win it, but yeah, I don't think I can do much more than core 0 in this instance. Okay, they're playing Karkarin 0, it seems like. Karkarin 1, so you might say that's nothing, but that's actually a big deal that they wasted 1 pill. Yeah, it's not insignificant. Now, let's say they play Ursula. I fear that I have to play Tyrese into Ursula. But Tyrese could do okay into Ursula. Here we are going to be ahead a lot by damage if we win the round 2. So if we win this round 2, they will need to win 2 more rounds. And yeah, if they play Ursula, my options are try and beat it with Lumia or Ashara, or just play Tyrese Noel 0 into it. And that's going to be the same into the other cards as well. Just Tyrese has such a rough time into Maledictan. With the +3 attack per opponent damage. I think I'm just going to play Ashara potentially into Ursula and try to go for the max that gives us a 50-50. Death, however, how would I play into Death? Into Death, I'm actually interested in playing Tyrese. And I think this gives us a 50-50 to end it all. I open up with Lumia. Let's say they play 6 Maledictan to cover it, then they only have 5 pills, and that's not good enough. But if I do this, then they have 5 pills and then 6 pills. So I'm gonna play Tyrese 6, expecting a death 0. And let's see if we can land a 50-50 to end the Coliseum. Okay, whew. That was scary. Now we don't even need a 50-50 anymore, right? Just Lumia 0 and it's a win. If they go through with Ursula, they put us down to 8, but then Ashara wins into Maledictan, obviously. And if they play Maledictan 0, then Ashara beats Ursula. Okay, so we are going to finish the Coliseum with 13 wins, 1 draw, and 10 losses. That's a lot, yeah. This has not been the best Coliseum for me. Especially this deck has been very underwhelming. I thought Tyrese would perform better, but I guess not. And Tyrese, especially also Dark Dakota, wasn't that great. I was mostly happy with Clover Noel. That was a really good card. Let me see if I can pull up my decks. But yeah, they play Ursula into Lumia. They're gonna do 5 damage. Not enough. 4 damage puts him down to 5 life. We can even Fury. So let's go for the Spite Fury to end it all. And call it a day on this Coliseum. And stay tuned, we're gonna take a look at the decks and I'll just give my opinion on this Coliseum as well. But good stuff here. Finishing on a win is always nice. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of these 24 games. We ended up having 13 wins, 1 draw, and a whooping 10 losses. That was a lot, which puts us at top 48 with 171 points. We're probably gonna end up out of top 50. It happens, you know, not the best Coliseum for us. I wanted to try multiple decks, and the first deck we had here actually went, let me see my notes. Yeah, this deck went 6-2. Definitely the best deck we played. Could have been 7-1, but I did a misplay if I remember correctly. Komboka, Zenith together, they were really nice. I was very happy with the result, and yeah, that deck I say overall was pretty good. Next deck I wanted to play was Deathwing. Basically the minion Pussycats. The Pussycat half was amazing, honestly, with Clover Noel, with Lucy. These 2 cards were insanely good, but even then we had a rough time and ended up going 4-5, so 4 wins and 5 losses with this deck. Just Dark Fridlia doesn't carry her own weight. And finally, the last deck today, we had 3 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Tyrese Noel really was unimpressive, so I might have overrated him. I gave him an S, but now I'd probably give him a B. I guess in a 24-star format, Tyrese isn't really going to steal the big stats you'd expect to see from EFC, for example. Even with 1 star, it affects a lot. And same thing goes for Hive, with their bonus being quite weaker. Overall, still happy with the... I mean, not happy with the results, but, you know, it happens. I'm not going to be sad or mad about it. We're just warming up. Overall, the Coliseum, it was fun to update all the Noel cards. It's actually pretty fun to play them in EFC. I still would like to have really innovative Coliseums. For example, a Coliseum where all the cards have their power and damage inversed, could be fun, but I think Urban Rivals doesn't have the technology right now, or they don't want to focus on it right now, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, we finished Coliseum with a pretty mediocre score, but next time, hopefully, we'll have a better score. So stay tuned and see you guys in the next videos. Bye-bye.